Today we're going to talk about Catherine Fulop. She is 61 years old, but when many people see her photos for the first time, they are sure that this is a woman decades younger. And it's not just about looks or good shots. It is much more important what kind of lifestyle she leads every day. Her habits conceal simple but very stable principles that help slow down age-related changes. They maintain a high level of energy and a lively interest in life, even when most people begin to justify fatigue with age and gradually reduce their activity. Watch the video to the end to find out exactly what habits preserve her youth and beauty. So, let's get started. One of the most important components of her lifestyle is regular workouts. Many people perceive physical activity solely as a way to keep fit, but in fact, exercise affects literally all body systems. When a person trains, the muscles receive a signal to stay strong. The heart works more efficiently, blood circulation improves, the cells receive more oxygen and nutrients, the body begins to cope better with stress. There is an interesting fact. As a person ages, they lose muscle mass if they don't use it regularly. That's why many people start to look older, not only because of wrinkles, but also because of changes in posture, gait, and overall physical fitness. Training becomes a kind of signal to the body, we are still needed, we continue to work. And the body responds by maintaining strength, endurance, and a more youthful appearance. But something else is even more important. An active person literally looks different. He has a different energy. Exercise improves mood by producing substances that help the brain feel better. When a person regularly exercises, this is reflected not only on the body, but also on the facial expression, look, manner of bearing. That is why youth cannot be reduced solely to the condition of the skin. Another interesting aspect of Catherine Fulop's lifestyle is that she spends a lot of time in the sun. It is important to understand one nuance here. Today, people often talk only about the harm of sunlight, forgetting that moderate exposure to the sun plays an important role for human health. Under the influence of sunlight, the body produces vitamin D, which is involved in a variety of processes, from maintaining immunity to healthy bones and muscles. But there is another effect that is talked about much less often. Sunlight helps synchronize the body's internal biological clock. When a person is regularly outside during the day, his brain receives clear signals about the time of day. As a result, sleep quality improves, energy levels stabilize, and even mood becomes more stable. Modern people increasingly spend their days under artificial lighting, almost without going outside. At the same time, the body begins to lose touch with the natural rhythms of nature. Therefore, the time spent outdoors in the sunlight can be considered as one of the most underestimated factors of health and longevity. However, perhaps the most powerful secret of Catherine Fulop's youth is not related to training or the sun. He's connected to people. She constantly communicates with her family and maintains close relations with her relatives. At first glance, this may seem like something ordinary and unrelated to longevity, but numerous observations show an amazing pattern. People who maintain warm social ties often live longer and feel better. The fact is that man is originally a social being. Our brains were formed in conditions of constant interaction with other people. When a person feels supported, feels important, and belongs to a family, the level of chronic stress decreases. And chronic stress is considered one of the main accelerators of aging. Interestingly, loneliness affects the body much more strongly than many people assume. It affects hormones, impairs sleep, and can reduce motivation to take care of your own health. On the contrary, having close people creates emotional support. In addition, the family gives a person something that no amount of money can buy, a sense of meaning. Another important element of Catherine Fulop's lifestyle is regular grooming of her appearance. But it's important not to confuse things here. It's not just about makeup or trying to look younger, but about a deeper inner signal that a person gives to himself. When a person continues to take care of himself, he actually maintains a sense of self-worth. It affects behavior, posture, facial expression, even how he interacts with other people. Self-care becomes not so much about the external effect, but about internal discipline and self-respect. Interestingly, such habits are directly related to the feeling of energy. A person who pays attention to their appearance is more likely to remain active, be more attentive to their health, and notice changes in their body faster. In fact, self-care is a daily reminder to the brain that age does not negate the right to look good, feel collected, and stay involved in life. And it is precisely such small actions that form a more stable youth in the long run. The example of Catherine Fulop clearly shows that youth is not the result of one successful procedure, an expensive cream, or some secret method accessible only to a select few. True youth consists of many small decisions that a person makes every day. Many people believe that age automatically means a deterioration of well-being and loss of energy. However, the story of Catherine Fulop shows a completely different approach. She demonstrates that self-care is not a temporary measure, but a way of life. And perhaps the main lesson to be learned from her story is this: age is just a number that cannot be stopped or changed, but the rate of aging largely depends on what habits accompany us every day. You can treat your body like a mechanism that inevitably wears out, and you can perceive it as an amazing system that is able to adapt, recover, and save its resources much longer than many people used to think. The story of Catherine Fulop reminds us that youth begins with a daily choice to live actively, spend time with loved ones, move more, spend more time in the sun, and remain curious about life. It is these simple but important decisions that are able to maintain youth much more effectively than many modern ways of dealing with age. Friends, what do you think of this woman? Write your opinion in the comments. If this video was useful to you, then please like it and share the link with those who might find it particularly useful. We also recommend watching this video, which has now appeared on your screen.